Hi, my name is Amanda Fields, your proud RCAW Executive Director. I ask that you put yourselves on mute and turn your videos off. If you have any questions, please raise your hand or ask the question in the comment section and we'll address them ASAP. With that, I'm here today with Hans Parga with Kemper Systems America. Hans has over 14 years of experience in the roofing industry, spanning both residential and commercial sectors, along with 4 more years specializing in waterproof with Kemper Systems. He provides expert solutions and project guidance, collaborating closely with architects, consultants, and contractors to ensure every system is well designed, properly installed, and built to last. Hans, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, team. Thank you so much, you guys, for this opportunity to introduce your Kemper system. This presentation is going to be brief. It's going to give you an overall history about Kemper, what we do, how we do things, and overall go through the systems that we can offer, and just for our full line of systems that we can offer. I think those can come really handy. But as Amanda, thank you again. My name's Hans Parga, handle the Pacific Northwest for Kemper system. And we're going to open the slide right here. If you're not familiar with Kemper system, we are a liquid applied waterproofing system manufacturer. I have sent over a link to get the team registered. If you have the opportunity to get registered, great. Even though you don't have an AI number or certifications or credits to be approved, you can still get your certificates. It's just name, full name, your position, company name, and your email, and that will qualify you to get certification with Kemper system. So further ado, let's get started. Again, this presentation is going to be a little bit history about us, how we started, how we've been developing our market, and at least here in the Pacific Northwest, I'll give you guys an overview of what I've seen for the past 3 years, what we are projecting, and go from there. We'll go revisit the product and system review. It's 2 systems. We'll go through those. And just a little bit of history. After that, we'll what makes Kemper unique. We have a certain way of doing things that goes for qualifications, certifications, warranties, and through a further review process to make sure that the system installation goes correctly. It's key for us to make sure that you guys feel comfortable using Kemper and your clients feel comfortable with the warranty that we offer. We offer customer full support, and we're going to go also review a couple of project profiles. So if you have any questions, please stop me. Kemper system history. So 1957, Dr. Heinz, he developed Kemper system. He developed a product called the V210. V210 is today's PMMA system, but with steroids. So as we know, PMMA tracks its gases, it tracks the smell. When you combine part A and part B, it gases and it stinks. That's a reality of it. But the advantage of this system, it still works. It's a great product. First application for this V210 application, a larger scale project, was with the Volkswagen plant in Germany. That was our first 3 million square feet of waterproofing installation with using this system. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we're doing about 1 million square feet with a high-end project client of us, and the installation process is going really nice. So that kind of gives you a little more what we can do with the big scale of projects we can offer. First major U.S. application in Kemper of V210 was here in Washington, actually. And that was about 120,000 square feet over the Tacoma Power and Light Company in Washington. Actually, our national representative on the technical side, Roland Wheat, was one of the first applicators with Kemper All in that time. He was working with the roofing company who did the application. After that, he jumped on board with Kemper. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be close to 20 years. And he might maybe the next. But overall, he has a really good understanding of our Kemper, what we do. But as you can see, in 1982, Washington was our first project here in the States. In 1986, we got acquired by a group called IBG. So we have our liquids, but we also have some other companies that we work with, but it's all part of the IBG group. After years, we saw a huge market increase. We decided to invest in the States, and that's why we moved to the 1990 to establish our New Jersey marketing beginning of North American operations. 2010, we have acquired office in West Seneca, New York, and we continue where our headquarters of North America market are, and we continue to grow as it is. Nationwide, we can do it all, and worldwide, we can also do that as well. Let's go over to the product overview. As I mentioned before, we have two systems that I want you guys to remember. AC speed system, and then our 2K PUR system. The installation process is going to be the same for both of those systems. You have your substrate. Depending on that substrate, we're going to use a primer. Your first layer waterproof, reinforced, waterproof. It's all about, if you can see the little notes right here, prep and cleaning up the substrate. Number one, it's the most important step of any application if you're doing a liquid applied waterproofing system. We have certain primers for certain products. So as I mentioned before, the way I want you to guys separate is we have our PMMA system, and then we have our 2K PUR system. If you're going to go with a urethane-based system like your 2K PUR system, you need to have your own primer because it's compatible with the system you are promoting. In this case, for every substrate, cementitious substrate, we use an epoxy primer. It's called the EP5 primer. This two-component epoxy goes installs directly to the concrete. It can be cementitious board as well, copper board, regardless, as long as it has some cement to it. This is the type of primer you're going to use with the 2K PUR system. If you decide AC speed system is better for you, and we'll go through that, then we also offer the AC speed primer. It's a two-component system. It's pretty straightforward. This AC primer will be an overall universal system for all your types of substrates. The only product that will change dramatically whatever the substrate is going to be your 2K PUR system, and we'll go through that. Again, if you have your polyurethane system, we have what we call our DNR primer. This is a two-component polyurethane system, meaning goes with your 2K polyurethane system. If you're going to go with the AC speed primer, then you have your two-component PMMA primer. Let's jump into our polyurethane system. So 2K PUR system, it's a two-component polyurethane system that uses a premium 160 fleece reinforce. The advantage of this product is it's a bio-based, odor-free, and solvent-free system. What is that entitled? It just doesn't gas. It doesn't track any smell. So think about occupied space. Think about if you're doing an interior application or even exterior, this is a product that will be recommended to be used. Think about if you have some deck systems and you have occupied space. You know the homeowners are going to be there during the installation. So you have the option to go with the AC speed system, yes, or the 2K PUR system, yes. But there's advantage for both of them. AC speed system, it's your PMMA system, will gas, will track some smell, and eventually you might get some complaints. I've seen cases where a lot of contractors, they submit the letters that be aware, gassing, it's going to stink, it's going to track some smell. They still approve it, and then eventually there's always a guy who will start complaining. So think about those cases. If you have a bio-based, odor-free, and solvent-free system, why not just invest in the best? So this type of system can be exterior and interior application. As I mentioned, interior application is primarily better just because the solvent-free system is compatible with a lot of coatings and surfacings that we offer. This coatings and surfacings can be applicable for deck systems, can be for roof systems. If you are working on a traffic area like a parking garage or whatever heavier stadium or whatever, these application overall, the system process for the waterproof is going to be like this. You can add surfacing and options for that. This is FM, UL, FVC, IMA approvals, and USDA Biopreferred program. So this system overall has been in the market for over 20 years. And this is our bread and butter for camper system. I don't believe there's anything out there that is compatible with this kind of system. your mill thickness for the installation with the system, with your primer, waterproof, reinforced, and waterproof, it's about 90 mil finish. So that kind of tells you what kind of system you're working with. Both of the systems will qualify for those long-lasting warranties. But going back to the 2K PUR, as you guys can see, it's not the greatest color. So in some cases, contractor will have to come back and repaint it with a different finish color. In this case, it's a full roof system. They didn't care. It's not going to be exposed to anyone. The only thing they care about was to fully waterproof this system project. So, but overdue. We have other products. Contractor that asks us, hey, why don't you just create a color version of this product? Like that, we don't have to go back and tint it. So in this case, we created what we call Kemper 2K FR. FR stands for fire rating, and this is a color series of our 2K PUR. It's the same chemical composition. It's a 2-component polyurethane system. It's the same thing as our 2K, but it's already tinted. You will use a we're a German company, so it's 165 grams reinforced thickness. Same chemical components as bio-based, odor-free, solvent-free, and color stable. Meaning, if you lift this exposed to the sun, UV is not going to destroy the membrane or discolor the membrane over the years. It's fully UV stable. It has the FMUL, FEC, IPO approvals as well. USD preferred program meets the LEED requirements. And if you're looking for a reflective, more so in the roofing industry, we have our reflective white SRI 110. This is in compliance with Title 24. As you guys know, California market, Florida market, Texas market, by law, they need to have a white reflective roof. So this product can be a good option. On this color series, we only offer 6 versions of it. We have light gray, stone gray, military beige, because we do a lot of military bases, bronze, patina green. We do a lot of copper restoration, and of course, your reflective white. So that's basically overall of our 2K PUR system. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we have been aggressive with this product. I think overall it has a strong market out there just because how green this product is. If you're thinking about green roofs, if you're thinking about deck systems, if you're thinking about exposed roof systems, if you're thinking about interior applications, this is the product to be used. This type of products, both of them, are meant to be submerged. What is that title? It's just if you have a pool section you want to waterproof, you want to pour the water on top of our system, not a problem whatsoever. So this is a great product to be used. Now, let's go and jump into our curing PMMA accelerator AC speed system. As I mentioned before, 2 different systems, but the installation process is pretty straightforward. It's the same. We already discussed our 2K PUR system, what is their chemical composition about the product. So now let's jump into the AC speed FR. This is a 2-component PMMA system. We use a premium reinforcer called the 120. So it's 120 fleece reinforced. It's a quick curing product. This is the advantage of this product. Ideally, this type of product, it's primarily better to be used in exterior application, as how the strong smell, it smells really strong, but you will use the same resin for fields and flashings. And that's also comparable to your 2K PUR. This type of system, it's better to be used on utilizing colder temperatures. Sorry, to utilize in colder temperatures. Why? Because of their curing time. It cures so fast that if it's summer, it will cure you really fast. So you don't have too much tracking time to make sure that the fields and everything goes accordingly, but it can still be used. A lot of people like this system is just because the advantage of moving fast with this product. Just to give you a comparable system with our 2K PUR system and your AC speed system, let's say you have this plywood deck system and you want to waterproof it. With your 2K PUR system, you will use our primer. Our primer is going to take about 4 to 6 hours to cure. Your AC speed primer is going to take about 1 hour. It's a huge difference. 2K PUR, fully reinforced, oversaturated and cured, it's going to take 6 to 8 hours to cure. Your AC speed will take an hour. So it's a huge advantage of using a PMMA system just because of the curing time. In some cases, architects calls me, engineering company calls me, I need a fast, efficient system. I don't care about the gassing. I don't care about the smell. This is a system to be used. It has a FMUL SVC approvals, and this system itself, just for the waterproof, is only white or gray. We're working with sealant specialists, and we also have our distributor in Portland. They both are carrying these two systems, and they both have system finishes if you don't like those colors. If you have a roof system that you want to extend the life out of it and you want to use a reflective white, you have that option to with this system as well. So primarily, that's are the two type of systems that we like to promote, and we are continue growing in this market. But we also have some handy also for the roofing industry. As you got, we have the chemical components of a polyurethane dial-in. So we created what we call 1KLF. This is a flashing component that we use the same reinforced as your 2K PUR. This is alkalinity protected. What does that entail? What does that mean? So let's say you want to waterproof this area and you want to bury it with concrete. This system itself will not need any alkalinity protection whatsoever. When you install concrete over a 2K PUR system, the only system that needs alkalinity protection is your 2K PUR system. So for us, we will require an EP5 primer or something. This type of system can be buried with concrete, nothing will affect the membrane. If you bury your 2K PUR without the alkalinity protection, you have some potential damage in that membrane eventually. Yes, Amanda.
I have a question. Can your systems bridge cracks or handle structural movement?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. So there's ways we can manage expansion joints. It will depend how big the lap is, but polyurethane system or even the AC speed system can be adaptable for expansion joints. We can send those over to you guys as you guys request, but we can use backer rod to create a bridge on the expansion joint, or we can also use Citura red line tape. I don't know if you guys heard about that one. Citura red line tape. It's an EPDM form of flashing tape. And basically, let's say you have integrated gutter system stainless steel, and then you have the transition to the concrete, and you're concerned that the metal it's just has that movement of the building. So you can install this red line tape in between the transition from metal to concrete, and then you waterproof over it, and you will have a watertight penetration, but it still allow the building to be moved. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. So, and going back to the single component, I think overall this system can be a good product to be used. Let's say you send the guys for your repair department to get some project areas to be, fully watertight. This type of system can still be applied on damp substrates. Meaning, if you have some water and it's rainy, it's the Pacific Northwest, of course, and you want to watertight that area, at least patch it for a little, to make sure that water doesn't intrude the building, you can use this type of system. This type of system is solvent free. It still tracks some low order, but again, it can be applied to damp substrate. So think about repairs from flashings or penetrations on single ply systems. Think about mod bit areas where you want to skylights areas you want to repair. This is the type of system that can be good for you guys. Do you have any question on this product? All right, let's move on.
No, thank you.
Perfect. And let's jump into your interior applications. We already discussed that our 2K PUR system can be an interior application as well. But as we continue to grow, we keep investing. We created this two-component solvent-free system called 022 system. With this type of system, primarily the difference, it's a polyurethane system. The difference between this and your 2K is that the 022 system is not UV stable. If you get this system exposed to the sun, it will eventually break. Comparable to your 2K PUR, it doesn't matter if you expose it to UV, nothing will break the membrane. This type of system is primarily better to be used on, think about kitchen areas, bathrooms. This is a great product to reinstall if you want a watertight substrate and system. All Bellevue Square, basically, this is a system that they're primarily using. We've been using this 022 system for over a little 15 years. So it's a great product. It's a 2-component, direct to substrate, doesn't require any primer. You will sand coating sand coated the substrate just to make sure whatever flooring or whatever tile you're going to install on top of that, you need some grip. So it's a great product to be used in those cases. It's isolation, it's dry brining, and it's ready for tiling in 16 hours. This is a type of a one-day application system. Again, it's a good product for you guys. The roofing industry, I don't see any intention for you guys to use this, but again, it could grow your portfolio of what are the extensions of systems you guys can offer. If you're looking not only in the roof, but also you want to watertight the bathroom areas, or you want to watertight whatever in this interior application, you have an option for this. I think we briefly discussed traffic systems. So we offer solutions for stadiums and parking garage. We already discussed your fully waterproof system. It's a 3-layer system, right? You have your primer, liquid, reinforced, liquid. If you say, Hans, this is going to be a vehicular traffic or a pedestrian traffic, a heavy traffic area, then I will request to do a layer of this traffic system. Again, you have 2 systems. If you're going to go with a PMMA system, you will need to use your AC traffic system. If you're going to go with a polyurethane system, then use your polyurethane system. You can never combine solvents with polyurethane. PMMA is a methacrylate system. It's a high solvent solids system. It will not go well with a polyurethane system. So just always keep everything with polyurethane family and your PMMA with your PMMA family. But we offer those solutions. This up, if you're gonna go with traffic system over a parking garage, and you want to go with your polyurethane system, then we use a polyurethane-based chemistry. It's odor-free, ideal for interior applications as well, for interior applications on parking garage or interior applications of the stadiums. But again, it's just primarily used for temporal 2K. If you say, well, this is an exposed traffic system, nobody cares about the gassing, then why don't we just go with the bio-based, PMMA-based chemistry traffic system? So you have those 2 options. This type of coating, it's a more thicker coating. It doesn't require any reinforce. The only thing is just request a sand. So you have your part A, part B, you combine those 2 parts, and then you broadcast sand to that, and then that's it. You have your traffic system. Then you can do a finish color on top of that, and you have a full system that's traffical. We offer options, of course. It's all about the design. My job is to make sure the architect or consultant has a full understanding of what we offer. I'm creating work for you guys out there, for certified contractors for Kemper System. It's key for me to give them the options of what we can offer. But I also understand that in some cases they need to be cost effective, right? But further ado, we have options. We have things, systems that we can offer them, and they have better understanding of what we can do. We have what we call ceramic core surfacing sand. Let's say when they do their waterproof and they broadcast sand to that, they want, instead of just regular sand and then doing finished color, they want to just broadcast some ceramic already tinted finished color sand and then just seal it. You have that option. There's ways we can plan and move ahead. Primarily, this type of ceramic quartz I've seen in a lot of parking garages, not parking garage, parking balconies, concrete substrates. It provides shock absorber, meaning if you have some things that, you know, that's heavier, that might deteriorate the the membrane, this is a good option to be used. So let's just jump into our elastomeric system as we continue to grow the company. We have investing on other lines of our industry. We have created a product called the 1K Aqua. This hybrid elastomeric roof maintenance coating. For the roofing companies out there, if you guys are familiar with silicone system and elastomeric system, this is the type of product will be competing against your silicone system. It's a single component, acrylic polyurethane, water-based, low VOC, odor-free. As we know, elastomeric or even silicone systems do not track any smell. Silicone still tracks somewhat because it still has some solids to it, but it's not as much as your PMMA system. This type of system is great. It's sprayable, roll on. Usually people like to spray just because. But this is, as we know, this is the only silicone systems or elastomeric systems. Elastomeric systems don't last on pond and water, meaning it's just a coating. It's a maintenance coating. If you have some damp areas or some pond and water areas, their membrane will eventually laminate. And that's also for the silicone. They don't advertise it by that, but in some cases, I work with a company called Tropical Roofing Products. And with silicone systems, there's a tendency, if you read the data sheet in the warranty, pond and water should be evaporating between this time of hours. If it doesn't, eventually it will start deteriorating the membrane, and eventually it will start breaking eventually to that point that you will have water intrusion. This type of system overall is ponding water resistant. There's a difference between waterproof and ponding water resistant. Ponding water resistance means that water should evaporate eventually. So just keep that in mind. It's a really no. It's in compliance with D6083. Again, reflective, energy efficient roof. You have the option to do reinforced or not unreinforced options. The difference between the elastomeric system and silicone is this system is recoatable and sustainable. With silicone, the only option to recoat it, it's with more silicone. This type of system, as we know, extends the life of existing roofs, and it's a high reflective wide SRI 110. It is in compliance with Title 24. It's in compliance with some savings. So if you need an energy efficient system, this is a product to go use. Of course, we all offer their own primers. If you're going to go over a metal system, compound on penetrations and bolts, just to make sure that fully reinforced, because we cannot trust caulking and the little plastering rings. Those eventually will deteriorate, and then you will have water intrusion. But we have options for primers for different substrates. If we're going to go over the mud bed, we need a bleed blocker to go over it, and then do the installation of your 1K Aqua elastomeric hybrid system. This type of a system, as I mentioned, you have the option to do reinforced or not reinforced. The difference is if you do reinforced, you qualify for 15, 20 years. If you do non-reinforced, you only qualify for 10 years. That's the only difference. And then let's jump into Kemper modified rolls. In the past, we have SBS modified systems. There was always an opportunity to do a full roof system, and then there was a transition with the gutter system. In those cases, whatever manufacturer will get the SBS, and there was a guy to say, well, in the gutter system, use Kemper. So we trying to change that strategy now. We want to make sure that we secure every single line. So we are combining, we have our own SBS line that can combine with our systems as well. We have created hybrid system warranties, meaning every SBS system will offer you, if it's 2-ply, 3-ply, will offer you a 20-year NDL. Using our SBS system, 2-ply, 3-ply, and then using our PMMA system on flashing components, meaning transitions, pipes, penetrations, and just flash all those areas, will qualify you for another 5 years. So you will have a 25-year NDL coming directly from Kemper. We have our base and coat sheets. We have our cold torch self-adherent options. If you're looking for high ultra wide options that is in compliance with reflectiveness, we have that. We have our own asphalt SA primers adhesives, and we have all the approvals, FMUA listings. So the applications, vapor barrier for insulated assemblies, we have that. Base ply benefit fully reinforced and liquid membranes, we have that. And of course, we all offer hybrid systems, as I mentioned, integrated with our liquid apply flashing component systems like our AC speed system or even the 2K PUR system. And sorry, I know it's a long presentation. Amanda, you have a question,
I
please?
do have a question. Do you require certified applicators or can any contractor apply your systems?
So really good question. So coming from the roofing industry, for me, it's key to make sure that we keep promoting and we have a market of our own. So if we usually only do certified contractors, but we are also open. If you guys bring the business to us, we are open to start certifying key guys and key competitors out there. So we don't have any issues with that. But usually, yes, we have a tendency just to use certified contractors.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I just refer more to the SBS line or to the liquids line.
Okay.
So if you're gonna say Hans, we want to use your modified systems on this roof system, you want to give it a try, perfect, not a problem. The installation for SBS is not required to do certification, only just for the flashing components and liquids.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So let's jump to air barriers. So we have a company called Wall Guardian. It's a system called it's a vapor permeable air barrier system. It's a great product. It's a single component water base vapor permeable air barrier. It sprays, can be spray on, roll on. People like to be sprayed. Again, it just it goes smoother and faster. It's a high solids, high build elastomeric system. So I'm working directly with a lot of architects and consultants to make sure that we have a market for this product. I think it's a great product to be used. It's in compliance with the accessories, meaning you have to use your tape, you need to use your caulking, you need to use everything in the components to make sure you have a full single system using your Wall Guardian. And the beauty of this system is when you spray it, the thickness can be achievable with one coat. So it's not like you do one pass and then you do your build and then you have to do another pass with that in the same time or after you're finished. So it's just one pass, you will achieve that thickness that you're looking for. It's a great product to be used. And I think for the roofing industry, and I think for you guys, this can become really handy. This is an aluminum color called Heat Block Ultra. It's aluminum color, water-based, low emissive Ryan barrier coating. When you sell a roof, in some cases, a lot of the companies are selling insulation for prior to the installation of the roof. When you open that roof and you see, oh, they don't have the right thickness or the I keep forgetting that terminology. Yeah, the insulation, blow insulation of the attic. There's a value you need to cover, right? So you offer that option to cover that value. But what if you also use this system called Heat Block Ultra? As I mentioned, it can be spray on. Basically, it lowers surface emissive, meaning it blocks the heat 80%. So here in the Pacific Northwest, usually a lot of the roofs are going to be black. And if it's a shingles, if it's metal, if it's even EPDM, I've seen those cases, but that's more towards to the commercial. But if it's shingles and metal, or even some flat roof systems on mod bed, they're black. This system can be sprayed on into the attic. It will create this radiant cover, kind of like a shade from your sun. So by that, the house will stay cool and will not, because the only thing that it does when the sun hits the house, it reflects the sound out of it. So this type of system can be a good product for you guys to start promoting out there. It can be installed directly to plywood, OSB boards, or even metal surfaces. It doesn't interfere with radio signals or Wi-Fi, and basically reduces inconsistent temperature between rooms. As I mentioned, it creates a shade for that house. So I think for this product, there's a huge market. Again, I just don't have the time. Well, I do have the time to promote our systems, but I don't have the time to basically, I think this product should be established and redirect to certain market that I haven't established a relationship with. But with you guys' support, maybe we can change that. And then we're going to jump to a non-reinforced system. We've already discussed our AC speed system and a 2 kPUR system. They're fully reinforced liquid apply waterproofing systems. So there's still a big gap because I've seen a lot of manufacturers out there that offer you non-reinforced systems. The difference between those non-reinforced systems and Kemper fully reinforced systems, it's going to be the warranties and the mill thickness. We already discussed PUR can reach up to 90 mil finish thickness just for the waterproof without even contemplating the finishing, surfacing, or the sand. Just for the waterproofing is going to be 90 mil thickness. But we also saw a big gap in between the non-reinforced systems. So what we decided is to create this company called Colon System. This is a non-reinforced 5-year, 10-year warranty system. The system installation is pretty straightforward. You have your primer, base, finish. You have the options to do balconies. You have the option to do parking garage. This is a polyurethane, single component polyurethane system. We also offer the 2-component polyurethane system for pedestrian and vehicular grades. As far as for this system, we only have the stock colors for gray and tan. Those are only 2 colors that we can offer, at least in stock. If you say, Hans, we want a different color, we want a red finish, not a problem. There's custom colors available, but it's going to cost a little bit more. But this type of system is going to be your price, the more price competitive system. And to that note, if you guys have any questions on what the market is, how much should I sell this product? Because in some cases, I understand some of you guys are new to the waterproofing division. So use me as guidance. I'm here to help you guys. If you point me to a direction and say, listen, I've been talking to this general contractor, or I've been talking to this consultant, or whoever you've been talking, and I think Kemper has a good opportunity, I will guide you. I will make sure that if they're looking for a specification, would submit the specifications, make sure you guys get the training you guys need, and move from there. But I'm here as a guidance and support. Into this note, so we also have what we call column fiber flash. I think this product as well it's a more economical flashing kit, ideal for sealing leaky roofs, penetrations, ductwork, flashing, crack joints, tears. It's a single component, water-based, UV stable, can be applied with trowel brush, as you can see in the picture. Resealable, meaning if you have your 1-gallon bucket, you start doing some patching repairs, and you want to seal it and reuse it, you can. I think keeping 1 gallon in stock is what we have, I believe so. But this type of system repair fiber flash can be used over EPDM, TPO, Modbit, wood, metal, concrete, even curing foam. So we already discussed, we have a polyurethane system called the 1KLF. It's a flashing component for the polyurethane system. It's a great product. It works really good. It can be installed on damp substrates, but we also have another option for you guys. This column fiber flash. If you're looking for something more economical, this is the type of system you guys can use. And if you need some samples just to try it out, let me know. We can have the discussion and talk about this. All right. So I think that was our full line of systems that we can offer. Now we're going to jump back to what Kemper is. Why are we unique? Liquid apply waterproofing systems are seamless technology. Seamless technology, the less seams, the less penetrations, the less issues in the future. Simple as that. It's having a monolithic seamless membrane will eliminate fatigue on bond lines, meaning you'll water intrusion. As you guys know, we can fully adhere to basically any type of substrate. I've seen even glass application, meaning if you have a skylight that you want to waterproof, so water, there's penetrating through the glass, you can use Kemper. They can fully basically adhere to any structure, surface, horizontal or vertical, and basically thereby eliminates water migration. Conventional industry seems only offer multiple layers for partial adhesion. So there's a substrate that We don't know if it might be or not. That usually is rare. We can always create them and do a pull test application in those cases, but it will go case by case. But we can fully adhere to any penetrations. Superior flashing, eliminate all the chem curves. Single ply systems, you have chem curves, you have piping, you have the witch hats, you have all those accessories that, believe it or not, they cost a lot of money. Having a superior flashing system that it's fully integrated with your liquids, it's a big plus. As we know, liquids, they adapt. So they can offer bonds to any application and facing of the installation. If you have a wall exterior they want to waterproof and then transition to this staircase, just like this area right here, you can do it with a liquid applied waterproofing system. There's no problem whatsoever. Do we care about ponding water? We don't. They're unaffected by submerged applications or even ice conditions. Our long-term warranty do not execute ponding water, meaning if you have plants, if you have a green roof, if you have a pool section, if you have a pond, if you have anything that it's water submergible, you can use our systems. We already discussed that fully UV resistant and color stable. The only product that is not UV resistant is our interior application called 022. Kemper O2KFR in the roofing industry, it has been tested, listed as CRRC. It boosts an impressive initial SR value of 110H. It improves the building energy efficiency. We know that white roofs will create that, but it reduces the heat of island effect, meaning when you're in the city, all the pavers, in the city will track a lot more heat than being in the outdoors. Different because the more people, the more streets, the more asphalt, we create that heat effect on that, and that's what we call the island effect. So imagine all these black roofs. If you turn them into UV, into a wide reflective roof, can create a huge difference and reduce that heat island effect, and basically have a more energy efficient world. And it provides all the obtained LEED accreditations as well. So all the approvals, all the testing have been done from a factory over at Buffalo, New York. And all the approvals are on our website if you guys need those. Root and rubber systems, meaning it has soil vegetation or biomatters. If you have this roof system, you want to turn it into a green roof system. If you already have the application of the waterproof, why not? You can do it. Odor-free and solvent-free systems, everything, besides our PMMA. We have the option with our 2K system or 1KLF to offer an odor-free and solvent-free solutions. Think about education facilities, hospitals, zoos, areas where you have some areas where you think it can be sensitive to gassing and odor. This is a product that you want to use. Unlimited design options, meaning we have a lot of ways of how we do application. We have a lot of projects we've done over the years, and we continue to grow in our market. Setting standards, we build to last. Performance begins with consistent quality, meaning we continue to grow. We continue to invest. We continue to invest in new products, new opportunities. There's always testing. There's always ways on what can we do to go to the next level. Brittany over here, she's a big tester of our systems. She's being a creator of a lot of our 2KFR systems out there, and she tests everything in place to make sure that we have quality control on our labs and our factories over in New York. Customer support. My job is to design community support, meaning a lot of lunch and learns for a lot of architects and consultants key for us. They're the ones specifying Kemper. We work directly with pre-designed technical reviews and evaluations. We help support the project design, the guidelines, specifications. And in my case, I work also making sure when we're up for bidding, we're at a good spot and a good standing. We already discussed briefly contractor support. Yes, we have an approved applicator program for certified contractors. We have on-site training and refresher courses. You say, you call me Hans, we want to do a training with Kemper. We would like to use in our factory before the installation of this system of yours. We can always arrange that. Here in the Pacific Northwest, of course, we have Roland, we have Philip, who handles the Pacific Northwest and the technical side with me. And we're about to hire another guy just because how fast we're growing. But that's key. The more growth we have, the more support we can offer. But yeah, we are proud to make sure that the quality of the application process goes accordingly, because we're probably one of the few companies offering you 25 years, even 30-year warranties out there. So we do field quality control observations, meaning if you're doing a Kemper job, we will do those visits and observations and give you guidelines to make sure the process goes accordingly. Here's just a list of projects overview we've done in the past. The TINA, we do a lot of restoration over copper systems. Here's a Albright Knox art gallery. We did the sound rages in San Francisco, the pool section, as you can see, how the installation process went over here. We do a lot of military work. So this is a Fort Liberty military building. We have a military base system. If you guys are working with military bases, we have all the approvals for a 2KFR. It took us years and years to get accepted. And that's only for a 2KFR system. It's our green, order-free, solvent-free system. Here's our Irish Hunger Memorial, over in New York. The Mulva Drive residence, we use AC speed traffic system on the traffic here and the ramp here, and then 022 system and interior application of the bathroom areas. Here's our 2K PUR system on the exterior of the wall, this hatch memorial shell. Again, liquids, they adapt to any design and they adapt to any penetrations. Here's a 2KFR stone gray. As you can see, the installation prior to the pond water went really well, and then the pond is a before and after picture. This is a Riot Games corporate office, 2KPUR on this planters, and the project went really well as well. And I think that's it, Amanda. Again, thank you so much for you guys' time. If you have any questions or concerns, support you, guide you. So feel free to reach out to me. And thank you again for you guys' time. Thank you.
I have a few questions real fast, Hans.
Yes, please.
So labor or materials or both, or warranties?
Sorry, I lost you there. What was that?
Does your warranties include labor or material or both?
So we have the 3 options only, and we also offer NDL warranties. And we also have what we call a flashing component warranty that is called select warranty. So we have 3 options. But yeah, we have the NDL that covers labor and material.
Okay. What voids your warranty? What would void?
If you drill down the membrane, it literally would not void it. Basically, they need to let you know there's water intrusion of whatever system you guys did, and we go and find out that they ended up drilling the membrane. We can repair it. It's liquids. We can always repair it, but they need to let you know. It's really different from a single ply or mod bit perspective, because for them, that's my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, if there's pond water in some of the manufacturers, they will void the warranty. If the flashings, if they were not done correctly, they will void the warranty. We manage ourselves really differently from that. The key for us is to make sure that's why we do our visits. That's why we train you guys. We do our training on site. Let's say you have a camper project, and we will request it for you to register the project. The registration, I will submit the registration to our warranty department, and then the warranty department will get in touch with our technical representative, and then technical representative will get in touch with you guys. And the question will be, what's your starting date? This date, I'll be there. And we'll make sure everything goes accordingly. After that, you guys are done with the project. We will do the final review it, process it, and that's it. Move on. So we do things differently.
Yeah, it sounds like you do a
Yeah.
lot. And
Yes.
thank you, Hans, for
Thank you.
sharing. Yeah, thank you for
Absolutely.
sharing your expert opinion on waterproofing. I know I learned a lot. I'm glad to
Thank
hear
you.
your company's growing, and it sounds like, again, you know a lot about your products. And if you're a roofer, please reach out to Hans with Kemper Systems America.
Thank
Um,
you. Yes.
Absolutely. And just a quick note, our next Lunch and Learn will be on November 4th. It's exit planning for business owners with Oliver with IBA, starting at noon. Please go to our website, www.rcaw.com, to register. We also have one final event for the year. It's our RCW annual winter gala and auction benefiting Toys for Tots and RCAW on December 6th at the Seattle Marriott in Bellevue, starting at 5 p.m. This year's theme is Kentucky Derby. If you're interested in attending, or if you'd like a Toys for Tots box at your office to fill, get in touch with RCAW 253-561-7229, or of course our website, www.rcaw.com. Again, Hans, thank you for
Thank
being
you,
here.
Amanda. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys. We appreciate the opportunity and thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with you guys.
absolutely. Have a good day, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.